Okay, this video I will be returning to an old segment which I used to do, which was on Tuesday, which was overrated or underrated movie reviews. Tonight I will be returning to that old segment, and I'll be reviewing what I consider to be one of the worst movies ever made. And some people actually enjoy this movie. And this is the first time watched for me. And now the movie is Howard the Duck from 1986. Howard the Duck got a runtime of 110 minutes or 150 minutes, where you want to call it. It's an action-adventure movie. I find this a fun family movie for most of the part. The start intro can, maybe some people might find it's too much sexual innuendo. What happens, at the first act of the movie. I found some of that needed to go. But either that or the movie itself, the dialogue, or the villain. Hard to say why people hated this movie. For the most part, actually thought it was a fun movie. And I thought director Willard Hayek, or how you pronounce his name, did a good directing of the film. And Steve Gerber and Willard Hayek also was one of the writers, as well as Greer Cash. And the movie starts off with Joel Lucas Presents. And you go for the end of the credits, you see Lucas films. Yeah, pretty interesting to see that. Like this is a Lucas film. Cast, for a really good job. Leah Thompson, the same Leah Thompson from Back to the Future. She's the main female actress as Beverly. We get a scientist, and some other guy who kind of works with Dr. Water, Tim Robbins, who plays Phil in this. And of course, you can't go wrong with the main protagonist of the movie, Howard the Duck himself. He's played by Ed Gale, voiced by Howard T. Duck, and also says here Tim Roth. People might know Tim Roth from, Animal Akbar, from Return Jedi, Force Awakens, and a brief moment in, Last Jedi. I didn't actually mind the plot of the film. A scientific experiment unknowing brings extraterrestrial life forms to Earth through a laser beam. First is the cigar smoking Drac held from the Duck planet. A few kids try to keep him from the greedy scientists and have him bring back to his planet. But then a much less friendly being arrives through the beam. Of course, he's the evil Dark Lord. Who was he again? What's that? Had the name. Well, he basically played, he could be in that more like possessed the Doctor Water character. And he's just more like like a motion, stop motion puppet or whatever he was. It looked pretty cool. What I like most about this movie, for Lee Thompson, the actual Walking Dead film, not a greatest. And Chips Ed the girl, he's a little guy, and he 3'2", played, Howard the Duck. There has to be some puppetry in this movie. I mean, can't be in the costume all the time, but I thought it did a good job in a way. And Jeffrey Jones, when he played the evil being, he's basically part of the film. Him playing a bad guy. Talk about the bad guy himself. His goal is to get back to the ray gun, or to the place where they need to, what pulled the Duck and the Dark Lord to the planet. They need to. The Dark Lord wants, to get more evil Dark Lords to Earth to take over. That's his goal. And his powers, it's pretty cool way he looked and eventually looked. Then he defeated it once. Then real Dark Lord came himself, where he looked pretty monstrous. You looked off him as well. Common moments, came from Howard the Duck himself. I think it was quite funny in time. And I love how he could take on people, He got a style fine called Duck Foo, which made me laugh. And he, taking on guy up. When he first met Beverly, shot her and found some punks who wanted to attack her, and then this bar fight as well. He managed to, get the person who basically the boss of Beverly to go, and he'll take over to get the money eventually. Yeah, Heavily quite a tough little duck, but yeah, to bring on the charm of the movie, and he was the one that brought down the Dark Lord. It's in the Canadian movie. Had a lot of good music score, which I really liked. Really fit the movie nicely. And Beverly in that girl band, and like Eddie look, how they dressed back then. I liked the style. And look how the movie looked quite 80s. The lab had the old computers and stuff. And the old TV and all that. What you saw back in the 80s. What I found was the movies I found in watching Needed. Yeah, going to con now. What's the thing we needed? The sexual got they started moving. I mean, you had to get through the film. And a lot of people see this and you think, what is this? Is this supposed to be a kid movie or a movie for adults? Because when you're on the duck planet, you're looking at a play duck thing, Playboy. magazine called Play Duck or whatever it was, and see a topless duck, And then when, how we're getting pulled by the beam to Earth, it crashes through another residence, a duck residence, and here we get topless duck in the bath. And when you get to Earth, there's lots of sexual innuendos. Then this is supposed to be PG rating, American rating. Of course, PG here in Australia, but a lot of people think, gee, is this really PG or PG-13 or gonna be an R rating, gonna be a lot more sexuality into the film. But now that kind of goes away when the villain comes into the story. You don't see any of that. That's gone. And I found that some parts of the film could easily have been trimmed. 110 minutes or 1 hour 50 minutes, a bit long. I thought it could have been 15 minutes easily trimmed from this. By the scene in the bar and a couple of moments at the start, the first act into the second act could have easily been gone. Wanted to make it more, family friendly, remove some of the sexual innuendos, but I don't know what the comics are like doing. And it's surprising if you look at the film. Yeah. And it's movie can be slow at times. And not much going on sometimes. But it really gets going in the second half to the end of the movie, which is basically non-stop, cop chases and stuff, which is pretty cool, and the bad guy doing what he's doing. But he gets super strong by energy. Now, would I ever rewatch it? Fun movie? Yeah, definitely rewatch it. Would I recommend it? No, maybe into kind of a scary comedy adventure movie. It's kind of dumb at times. Some people might find the villain dumb. Some might think Howard the Duck himself kind of dumb. Now, to me, do I find this overrated or underrated? No, I'm not giving a score. I'm just giving it either overrated or underrated. Underrated. I find this is underrated. This is a fun movie. Taking not a lot this movie deserves. Yeah, for me, this is an underrated movie. Alright, no, that's my thoughts about the Howard the Duck. And you see the movie, I'd like to hear your thoughts. And if you think I'm if my thoughts are a little bit overboard, they like this movie too much, do you think this movie deserves to be underrated or overrated? Give your thoughts. They might even be saying, what's this guy on? Or what is this guy smoking? My personal opinion. And I'd like to hear yours. And news on my channel, comment, like, and subscribe. I'll tell them. Catch you all later. Bye for now.